On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, a certain scientific railgun season 3 episode 3 Balloon Hunter. Well, we finally have it. We reintroduce the most powerful character in all of a certain universe, the masked Gekida. I'm just fucking with you. Honestly, it's cute. It's cute. I'm not gonna lie, Mizuka's infatuation with Gekida is honestly one of the more adorable features of the series. And to be honest, this subtle detail is just another great example of continuity and letting nothing go to waste. If you guys remember, this actually showed up in season 1 of Railgun. But it kind of makes me wonder where the hell she's been hiding it all this time. But enough about that, let's get into today's episode. Now, last we left off, the Dehase Festival had officially begun, and we see a lot of interesting things start to unfold. We get introduced to some new level 5 espers, and also the return of an underground faction known as Member. Now, while we have our eyes set on Baba for his miraculous weight loss, it seems his eyes are set on Mizuka, and it just so happens they're to face off against Tokiwa Dai in the next event. I gotta be honest, I'm surprised at the scope of this actual event. Obviously, it's there to promote Academy City as a whole, to show off the schools, to show off the espers, but damn, it really does show these kids have the full run of this city. So we know coming off last week's episode, we've had a little case of mistaken identity. Yes, as Mizuka goes flying off to go change her soiled gym clothes, the rest of Tokiwa Dai seems to have mistaken Mizuka 10032 as the real Makoto. And honestly, we saw that she won't participate. I mean, she's not really a student. Her and the other sisters, you know, they're slowly beginning to obtain their own personalities, as we see later on in the series. So we saw this one's particular longing to be part of this interaction, you know, good. And honestly, I like that Makoto's like, hey, you know what? I'll stand back and watch this one. You know what? You go represent Tokiwa Dai in this event. But honestly, we're off to a rocky start. The other team has done their homework. They obviously know that they are weaker than Tokiwa Dai. Tokiwa Dai must be a heavy hitter of Academy City. I don't know the exact rankings or even how many schools there are, but this other school really did their homework. They know certain weaknesses, the confidence borderlining with egotism of the higher levels, as well as their esper abilities, nets them some early outs in this balloon hunting game. All the meanwhile, Baba has a plan of his own. Take out Makoto Mizuka, now using other classmates as a distraction to basically gang up on the Mizuka sister. He is able to tag her with a mosquito that we learn later on the episode is maybe some kind of paralytic or poison, but in a split second, not only was he able to tag her with that mosquito, a fellow classmate was also able to get her out, and in the end, Tokiwa Dai takes an L. And although Mizuka 10032 is upset at her performance during this event, the only thing on Makoto's mind when the two reconvene is whether the sister had any fun, and it seems like she did. It's a really touching, you know, big sis, little sis moment, because in the end, they really are family. Speaking of family, now last episode we were graced with another reappearance of Mama Mizuka, a very interesting and just a really good character. And it seems it's lunchtime for the Mizuka household. This sets up another great interaction where our main comes back in. She's out trying to buy drinks, and who does she run into? Yes, Toma. Okay, so bear with me at this point, but if I'm trying to understand this correctly, have we already passed the point in the story where Toma went in disguise as a middle schooler to take on Tokiwa Dai? Are we about to have the Kamijo and Mizuka family lunch that was way back in Index 2? Are we at that point in the story? Because honestly, I was hoping to see another flustered Mizuka, but I guess I can just rewatch Index 2 if I really want that. No, but he's not the only one. It seems at the most inconvenient time, Mizuka's class rival, Mizuki, aka Mental Out, shows up. And this is where we get a very interesting point. I can't remember. I'm really gonna have to rewatch this series. Does Mental Out know Toma? Because at this point, she calls him Mr. Kamijo. Or is she just so obsessed with Mizuka that she's, you know, just blatantly doing, you know, tons of research? Or can her Mental Out ability actually read I'm not 100% sure, but she literally says, you know, Mr. Kamijo, like she's already familiar with him, and then gets lovey-dovey. I mean, that's probably just to shove, you know, Mizuka's face in it, but still another cute interaction and just another level, like what the hell is Mental Out up to? What is her motivation? Because again, we see at the very end of the episode, there's machinations going on that I still don't understand. Because remember early on in the episode when Mizuka 10032 got tagged with the mosquito, the paralytic, the poison, the effect causing it takes effect, and she becomes incapacitated with, I think the cat is named Dog. Is that Dog? A cat named Dog. By her side, the mask on the ground, and all we see as the episode ends is Mizuka and that one dude she's having conversations with witnessing all of this go down. So there's a lot of moving parts. I know Member is up to shit. Mental Out seems to be up to shit. She knows some shit, unless her ability somehow garners her telepathy to read other people's minds, but I don't think it is. I thought it was mental control. I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts going on. I'm getting sucked into it, and it makes me want to like go back like, oh shit, have we already seen this? Like the Gekida mask, like that's a callback to season 1. Not to mention, we see another callback just to the first or second episode where Saturn and Uehara are having a conversation about shadow metal again. What is shadow metal? Is it real? Is it going to play a pivotal part? I don't know. Honestly, I love today's episode. Getting back in the thick of it. I think this is a great opportunity for us to see more espers put on their, their ability on display. Like I want to see what these kids of Academy City can really do. Not to mention the entire story of what the hell is going on. What is everyone up to? And of course, our badass sappy girl is down for the count. Whose plan was it to, nullify her that hired Member, aka Baba, to do it? Also, did Mental Out already know that was a clone and not the real Mizuka, because she's looking at the monitor, talking to the dude on the cell phone, like, oh yeah, with one glance I could tell. I mean, there's a lot of fucking moving parts going on. I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.